There has been a lot of news in the last little while that has made us say, wow, and this adds to our list. According to reporting from the Financial Times in early May, Rheinmetall says that it needs about 12 billion euros to take over the F126 frigate program. Money that will, of course, need to come from German taxpayers via the German government. And well, considering just 5.5 billion euros was earmarked for 4 frigates, it's quite a shocking increase. Let's take a look at the information available thus far. Again, this news originally came from the Financial Times, although it was quickly re-reported by many websites and media outlets, including Reuters. Reuters says that if Rheinmetall's request is approved, it would lift the total cost of 6 warships to roughly 14 billion euros. Citing people familiar with the talks, the Financial Times said Rheinmetall's naval arm laid out terms after 6 months of due diligence on a deal that would see it replace Dutch shipbuilder Damen on the delayed project. We now have 2 videos on the F126 program, one background piece and a more recent update video. But for those unaware, Damen was originally selected to be the prime contractor for the German Navy's F126 frigate program, but fell far behind schedule, largely due to data transfer issues and different systems between the German shipyards it was working with. Rheinmetall only recently took over naval vessels Lürsen, which had already been involved with the project. With Rheinmetall's size and in-house expertise, it was believed that the defense giant was capable of taking over the struggling program and see it through to completion. When asked about the news, a Bundeswehr spokesperson told Reuters on May 6th, there are extensive consultations ongoing with 2 large companies. Financial Times says that the offer by Rheinmetall's naval arm includes an inflation clause and a planned first ship delivery in 2032, 4 years later than first planned. And when asked about the project, a Rheinmetall naval unit spokesperson confirmed that a first ship should be delivered in 2032, but said it could be even earlier if certain prerequisites are met. The spokesperson was quoted saying, "The exact timeline for the planned entry into service will be communicated jointly with the contracting authorities following the completion of the project acceleration and optimization phase." Berlin also plans to buy smaller, off-the-shelf MEKO A200 frigates from TKMS at a cost of about 1 billion euros each, as gap fillers while the F126 frigates are being built. For its part, TKMS tells Reuters that it signed a preliminary contract to deliver the first MEKO A200 ship to the German military by the end of 2029 and to prepare the construction of 4 frigates. Again, if we consider that Damen was originally contracted to build 4 F126 frigates at a cost of 5.5 billion euros, it's certainly quite a shock to see Rheinmetall asking for so much at this point in time. Of course, we have to consider a few things. First, there's the fact that Germany now wants 6 F126s instead of the 4 stipulated in the original agreement. That pushes things up by 50% right away. Then there's inflation. Although inflation over the past 6 or so years hasn't been that bad. There's also a chance that Damen underestimated its costs, either intentionally to win the bid or unintentionally due to optimism and its ability to get the job done. The current state of the world would most certainly push costs up as well, with soaring energy costs due to the war in Iran and access to 20% of the world's oil being blocked. And then there's just the simple fact that inheriting a project from another company can be a messy endeavor that is much more complicated than working on and completing a project from scratch. And then maybe Rheinmetall is also padding its asking price a bit, either out of caution, knowing that large projects always encounter issues and often go over budget, or perhaps out of opportunism, seeing that Bundeswehr has few other options and it's a good opportunity to make shareholders happy. But on the last point, we have to be clear that all of this is speculation and guesswork on our part. Whatever the case may be, the German government has a big decision to make if this news is true. Does it bite the bullet and pay this much larger bill, or does it cut its losses and perhaps settle for more MEKO A200s, or something else? But what do you think should be done, and what do you think will be done? Let us know by leaving a comment.